A Campbell County High School student is in critical condition today at the University of Tennessee Medical Center in Knoxville. Officials with the University of Tennessee Medical Center tell WLAF that 16-year-old Trinity Henniger of Demery was flown to their emergency room not long after 10 o'clock last night. Reports coming in to the WLAF newsroom are that Henniger was riding with a friend in a John Deere Gator. Henniger's 16-year-old companion says that Henniger all of a sudden stood up, lost his hold, and fell out of the Gator as it took a sharp turn. Henniger, a Campbell County High School junior, sustained head injuries while his friend was shaken but not injured. The accident happened a little after 9 p.m. near Brown Lane in the Dokes Creek area of eastern Campbell County. The teens were not far from Anchor Marina, just short of the Claiborne County line. Just when the County Commission appeared to have resolved the question of a 2012-13 budget with no tax increase, the entire document is again up for review before final approval at next week's regular meeting. The Commission, meeting in late July as a Budget and Finance Committee, passed a budget without a property tax increase that included significant cuts to a number of projects to offset mandated increases in education spending and a shortfall in state revenues. At a straw poll taken at Monday night's workshop, 9 commissioners indicated an interest in reopening the budget discussion before final passage, and Commissioner Sue Nance formally placed that discussion on the upcoming agenda. Ironically, it was different from James Slusher, who had criticized commissioners earlier for considering a tax increase. That led to their discussion to revisit the budget before final passage. After first telling commissioners in June that county property owners and voters wouldn't stand for a tax increase, Slusher last night criticized nearly every cut that the Commission has made to avoid such an increase. Slusher scolded the Commission for eliminating the hiring of an industrial recruiter, arguing that the county needs to focus on recruiting industry and jobs. He then criticized their decision to cut Road Superintendent Dennis Potter's request for more money to pave roads and the elimination of matching local funds for a railroad spur to Oswego Industrial Park in Jellicoe. You're passing up a $400,000 grant by cutting the local matching funds, Slusher pointed out. He even attacked the commissioner's decision to eliminate their discretionary fund, adding that the fund provides needed money for many worthwhile small groups and programs that in larger counties have the support of the United Way agencies. Campbell County has no United Way to help these programs, Slusher added. This criticism received a predictable response from several commissioners. A couple of months ago, you were in here complaining about a tax increase. Now you want us to raise taxes to fund all these programs. Rusty Orick complained, you want us to start laying people off, send them to the house. Slusher replied that he was not suggesting the county lay off employees, but then went on to make a case for doing just that. Government is not in the business of providing jobs. That belongs to the private sector, Slusher argued. Government is here to provide services to the public. He added that the Commission should take a closer look at places to cut spending without affecting vital services, and suggested that cutting out the $75,000 provided to the Chamber of Commerce would be a good place to start. Business should support itself, not rely on public funds, Slusher argued. Budget Chairwoman Marie Ayers later took Slusher to task on this point. The Commission enacted a hotel-motel tax on vacation rental property with the encouragement of the Chamber, in part to provide money to promote tourism. That is where their funding comes from, Ayers pointed out. Industry and employment are not limited to factories and industrial buildings, but includes jobs provided by tourism and recreation. Whether they agreed with Slusher's circular logic or not, several commissioners took the discussion as an opportunity to voice their own concerns about the budget. J.L. Davis and Alvin Evans were both concerned about the potential loss of a federal grant to build the Oswego Railroad spur if the local matching funds are not provided. Davis was one of 4 commissioners to vote against the budget and the only one to oppose the motion to set the tax rate at last year's level in the earlier meeting. Slusher continued to push commissioners, asking for a straw poll show of hands by those willing to revisit the budget question before final approval. 9 commissioners raised their hands, with Nance adding the question to next week's meeting agenda before the workshop was adjourned. The countdown to the start of the Cougars football season is in its final few days. Campbell hosts Seymour Friday at 7:30 on Pat Kerr Field at Dossett Stadium. The WLAF Sports Network has all the radio, TV, and web coverage with Les Martin and Brent Allen as your host. It was a scary sight this morning just before 9 o'clock in La Follette. You may have waited in traffic as it crawled past a pickup truck that was on its side in front of the Powell Clinch Utility District's office. WLAF's David Graham was on the scene and explains that witnesses say the woman driving the pickup was moving at a pretty good clip when it caught the back of a tractor, a trailer being pulled by a dump truck. The driver was shaken up but refused medical care. The school board holds its regular monthly meeting this evening. Start time is set for 6 o'clock at the courthouse. And 2 new school buses are just finishing up their first runs today. Buses 13 and 18 have been on the fritz, and now they're being replaced by 2 new school buses. The new buses, 13 and 18, took students home this afternoon after not running on Monday and again on this morning. And that's our news. Stay tuned for the press release from the Campbell County Sheriff's Department. And taking a look at the press release from the Campbell County Sheriff's Department, 8 people have been booked into the jail in the past 24 hours. Isaac A. Irwin, 21, of Clinton, on 2 counts of a capious bench warrant. 28-year-old Matthew David King of Coolidge Road, La Follette, for possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, possession of a Schedule IV controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Michael Joe King, 26, of Jellicoe, for theft of property between $500 and $999. 26-year-old Charles O. Leach of Dewey, Leach Lane and Speedwell on a capious bench warrant and driving on a revoked or suspended license, second offense. Benjamin Martin, age 40, of Gladefield Drive, La Follette, for theft of property between $1,000 and $9,999. 47-year-old Paul M. Rutherford of South 8th Street, La Follette, for aggravated assault. Clifton Sexton Jr., 41, of Oneida, was held for another agency. And last today 18-year-old James Tyler Tomlin of Steiner Lane, La Follette, on 3 capious bench warrants and violation of probation. And that's the news for this Tuesday. Thank you for joining us. Stay with us. We'll have more coming your way.
We sing happy birthday to you, and may all your dreams come true.
Happy, happy birthday.
Oh,
this is your birthday song.
Oh,
celebration all night long.
Oh,
may all you
Good Tuesday evening, Campbell County. Jason Shockley with you for your WLAF and Eastside Pizza and Deli Birthday Club. For our birthdays today, we have Savannah Marlowe Berry. For our anniversaries, Randall and Melissa Baird. Congratulations to both of you. Hope you're enjoying yourselves today. And for the rest of you out there in Campbell County, don't forget to email us, call us, or fax us and let us know about any birthdays or anniversaries in your world and be eligible for our drawing at the end of the week. That concludes it for the birthdays and anniversaries today. Stay tuned. Your news continues after this.